Hey everyone, welcome back to the another video, and in this particular video we are going to see my PC setup, or we can say your PC setup that we needed to start with, right? So without wasting time, let's get started. So as you can see on the screen, I am using Windows. I primarily use Ubuntu Linux, but for this particular series I am going to use Windows. But don't worry, I am going to use Linux also. Let me tell you the setup. So first thing, make sure that you open the Chrome browser and let's type VirtualBox, or you can say VBox, right? So this is Oracle VirtualBox that we can use to install multiple OSs. That means on Windows, I can run Linux also, I can run on any other OS also, right? So I'm pretty much sure that a lot of people already know what the VirtualBox is because people play games on VirtualBox by installing Android or something. But yeah, let's stick to the point and let's download the VirtualBox for Windows. Okay, so once you download the VirtualBox for Windows, it's around 105 MBs. So once you download this particular VirtualBox, you need to install it, but make sure that you download the OS also. So in the VirtualBox, we are going to use Parrot OS. So a lot of people here might ask me that why you are not using Kali Linux, why you are choosing the Kali Linux over the sorry, why you are choosing the Parrot OS over the Kali Linux. So the thing is, Kali Linux is quite a good OS, but it takes too much resources, right? So you can say that Parrot OS is as same as Kali Linux, but it is quite optimized, it's quite flexible, it's less in size, and it's small. So I'm assuming that lot of people are going to watch this particular video, and not all people will have like more than 8 GB RAM, or let's say 12 GB RAM, right? So that's why I'm going to choose still like stay with the minimum setup so that everyone can go with us, right? So that's why we are going to choose the Parrot OS. Okay, so right now as you can see, I have VirtualBox downloaded. Great. Now let's go to the download page of the Parrot Security OS, and we need to choose the Parrot Security, right? So let's type here. Okay, so what is this? I think there is a new Parrot OS page. So let's click on the live, then click on the security, then click on the AMD, and here we go. We have our OS right here. So here we can download the ISO image also, or we can directly go for the torrent also, whatever suits best for you, right? But on my OS already I have downloaded the OS. It is around 7 GB, so it will take a time. So I will not download right now. I have already downloaded the file, right? So yeah, that's all. We need the Parrot OS, and then we need this particular VirtualBox. Okay, so once the VirtualBox is there, you can click on the setup, and basically you can click on the setup, say yes, and it will start installing the VirtualBox like this. Okay, let me minimize it like this. Click on next and go ahead, and you obviously you are learning about the cybersecurity, so you already know how to install softwares, right? So let me close this because I have already installed the VirtualBox, right? So if I type here VBox, uh, okay, let me type full VBox, or let's say box, right? So as you can see, we have Oracle VirtualBox, which is already installed on my OS. So I'm not going to install one more time. Just please install on your side. So as you can see, I have two OS running also, right? So let's ignore as of now these two OS. Okay, so I'm assuming you will be going to create the new OS, right? Okay, so let's go ahead and let's click on the new button right here, and let's name this, let's say test, or let's say web app. Okay, web app pen test, right? And then go ahead and select the ISO image right here in the drop downs and click on the other. Okay, and here it will show the ISO image. Obviously it's in the downloads folder as I downloaded. So let me click on OK, and once we click on the OK, then we click on the next. Okay, so here you can select how much resources you want to give the virtual box, right? Or virtual box image that you are going to create, virtual OS you can say. So for me, I have a lot of memory, like 64 GB, but in your case it can be 8 GB or 4 GB if you are using laptop. Okay, so let's stay on let's say 4 GB. Okay, so let me just drag here and let's keep on the 4 GB, so it will be as same as yours, right? And obviously the processor, I got 12 cores, In your case you might have a little bit less cores, so I will recommend going with the minimum 2 cores, right? But in my case, since I have a lot of cores, so I'll just push it down to the 4 one, right? And for RAM also, let me just increase it to something like 8 GB, 9 GB, okay? But in your case, the minimum is required a 2 core, and the minimum memory is required around 2 GB, okay? So you can set 4 GB also if you have a lot of memory, right? So let's click on the next. Then we have create virtual hard disk. So yeah, just keep it by default if you want, or let's increase a little bit. So in my case, I'm going to increase to the 50. Let's click on next and click on finish. Okay, so once we do that, it will automatically attach the OS to the this particular box. So when I click on the start, it will start the OS and it will show us the live page of the OS, right? So let's see how it looks like. Okay, okay, so this is how it looks like. Click on the install. Okay, so it is going to capture my here. So let me click on the enter button. So once that is done, this is nice wheel is there. Great. So let's wait until the OS is getting load. So let me just minimize this part, then minimize this one, and let's wait for the OS right here. I can make it bigger also, like this, and it will readjust to the my screen. uh, okay, so once that is done, you can click on this particular installation thing, and then you can start installation wizard, right? So click on the next, then location, whatever your location is, click on next, then whatever the keyboard, uh, and obviously the disk thing. So you can say erase the disk, no swap, whatever it is. And if you want to encrypt the system, you can, but I will not, because hence we are doing virtualization on our current OS. If I select the encryption thing, then it will slow down my process. Okay, so obviously my username is Flux, so let me just keep it Flux VirtualBox. My password is something, and let me type it. Okay, so this is my password. Click on the next. The partition is ready. Click on the install, and let's say install now, and that should start installing. If your laptop or if your desktop has little bit less core processors or little bit less RAM, then in that case this installation will take a little bit time. Okay, the time I'm talking about is around 15 minutes or 20 minutes. But if your PC or laptop is a little bit faster, if you have enough RAM, enough CPU, then obviously this is going to be finished in 1 or 2 minutes. Okay, so yeah, let's wait for some time and let's see how much time it takes to finish the installation. Okay, so right now, as you can see, we have finished the installation. So let's click on done and it should restart the virtual OS. Okay, so let's wait for some time and let's see the installation. So obviously click enter, and we should have the installation ready, right? So next thing we need to do when we get into the OS is obviously check for password. So if I type PASSWD and if I hit enter, it will ask for entering current password. So let me enter the password which I typed right in the installation. So it is saying password remained unchanged. That means our original password is not changed, right? So we can do one thing. Let's type PASSWD and type Parrot, right? Pirate is default password, and then type your password, right? And then let me type once again, and it is not matching, so let me type once again. Okay, okay, so we have changed the password successfully. Let's clear the screen, and obviously we are going to do update, sorry, sudo apt update, and then we are going to do sudo apt upgrade, upgrade dash y. So that should update and upgrade our OS, and it should be ready to use, right? So yeah, that's all for this particular video. I hope you understand each and every step. If you don't, please do in the comments, sorry, do comment and I'll answer your questions, right? So yeah, let's visit in the next video. Obviously you need to click enter there so that it will install the libraries, right, like this. Okay, so let's stop this particular video, and let's see you in the next video.